Thank you for listening to Podcast West Seattle, Pandemic Diaries, Volume 1. My name is Andrew. We are listening to the beatboxing sounds of EVMB, the Beatbox Panda. He performed this live at the Skylarks open mic last fall. You can find more of the Beatbox Panda on Instagram or Facebook by searching @Beatbox Panda. On this special episode of Podcast West Seattle, we begin the Pandemic Diaries. As we all suddenly embark on this completely new way of life, I'll be chronicling how things are progressing in our household.
It's not that hard at all, actually.
And then we'll check in with Kyle Boynton from Bloodworks Northwest.
So a lot of people have been asking, what can I do to help the community weather this coronavirus crisis? One answer is donating blood with Bloodworks Northwest.
This is Podcast West Seattle, Pandemic Diaries, Volume 1. As I record this, it is Thursday, March 19th. 1 week ago today, Seattle Public Schools closed. For many, ourselves included, this marked the unofficial beginning of the quarantine. There are 4 of us living in our house: me, my wife Elizabeth, and our 2 kids. Felix is 5, Alice is 2.
What are you doing? Okay.
Recording stuff.
Taking Hit this really saw again. Hit it again, and then that's how you get out. I need help.
One of the many ways in which we are lucky in adjusting to this unprecedented situation is that Elizabeth's parents are living in a condo near the junction. So for the previous week and the foreseeable future, the 6 of us exist only in these 2 locations, our house and their condo. I've been to the store a couple of times, we've gotten carry-out a couple of times, but for the most part, we are only interacting with each other and only in those 2 places. None of us have exhibited any symptoms or have any particular reason to believe we've been exposed. Once school was closed, we did our best to set a routine. A large whiteboard sits perched above the fireplace in the living room. It's filled up with a grid of activities for each child from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Sometimes one or both children are at Grandma and Grandpa's. Felix has adjusted well, enjoying the nonstop activities with parents. So what's your favorite part of staying home so far?
Going outside and playing basketball.
Augmented with video learning and lessons sent from his kindergarten teacher at Arbor Heights.
Do you want to try it?
Mystery Dog.
We could do Mystery Dog. There's a show called Brainchild we could try too.
Brainchild?
You want to try that?
Yeah.
What's the hardest part of having to stay home all the time?
The hardest part is that it's really not that hard at all, actually.
Alice, too, has adjusted well. She misses her friends at daycare, but has been able to visit some on FaceTime.
Look who it is!
Hi! How you doing?
As for us parents,
Hi, this is Elizabeth.
whoever's not watching the kids is usually trying to work remotely.
I'm able to communicate with people I work with really easily. We have Zoom and email and Slack and texting even. So it's been fine, and almost everyone I work with is working remotely too. So we're all kind of in the same boat.
The challenges have been what you'd expect. How do we plan enough for the kids?
I think that the kids have been super adaptable. That's been really nice, and just the fact that you went out and bought a whiteboard and made a schedule and kind of just took charge of that and got it started from the very beginning was also really nice and helpful.
How do we make time for ourselves?
Any free time where I'm not working or managing a kid or putting a kid to bed.
How can we responsibly manage our own consumption of the news?
Trying to think about anything other than the pandemic has been hard. And I feel like my brain needs a break at times.
In general, life inside our quarantine bubble has been pretty decent so far. We're trying to take advantage of the opportunities it presents for families. But it's hard not to be drawn back to the world outside of our quarantine and wonder what we can actually do to make a difference. So I reached out to Kyle Boynton from Bloodworks Northwest.
So a lot of people have been asking, what can I do to help the community weather this coronavirus crisis? One answer is donating blood with Bloodworks Northwest. Every day, a local patient needs blood during various procedures that they need in order to go through their cancer treatments or transplants or crisis trauma situations. So when you come out and give blood with us, you're showing local patients that we've got you and we're here to support you. Donating blood is a safe action and something tangible you can do to help cancer patients and premature babies. Right now, our inventory is stable due to the tremendous support of our community, but the future is uncertain and unpredictable, so we need healthy donors to book their appointments and donate in the weeks ahead so that we have the blood available for anyone who needs it. Due to social distancing restraints and guidelines right now, our donor centers and our mobile blood drives will operate by appointments only in order to meet those recommendations. So we're encouraging everybody who's listening to this and wants to give back to the community to go on our website, bloodworksnw.org, to schedule an appointment in the coming weeks. Even if that means, a month from now, we definitely need you to come in because we don't know how long this is going to last. So it's really important to come when you can and really become a blood donor and donate on a regular basis.
Thank you, Kyle. That website again is bloodworksnw.org. If you are healthy and able, please schedule a donation today. That's all for this first episode of Podcast West Seattle, Pandemic Diaries. I hope to post a new volume every 3 to 5 days with updates on living the quarantine life and with a short interview with someone in the community about how life is indeed going on. If you'd like to send the show a message, you can find us on Facebook at Podcast West Seattle. Thanks for listening, and keep social distancing. Until next time, here's more from the Beatbox Panda.